The girls are fighting again, y'all. The girls are fighting again. So, look, I'm encouraged when I see this because usually you only get this kind of fighting on the left. You only get, I'm going to slit your throat. I hate you. You're a sellout. You're a traitor. You're the worst thing ever. You're worse than our actual political opponents. You only see this on the left. But now the right is catching up. So apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert nearly came to blows on the floor of Congress. Now, I don't know. It's like a slight overstatement to say that. I'm going to show you the video. It looks more to me like some pretty intense body language from Marjorie Taylor Greene as Lauren Boebert sitting there just like making a resting bitch face like, okay, lady, keep it moving. But let me give you the details of the fight because that is delicious and hilarious. Here's what they say in Semaphore. Marjorie Taylor Greene explains why she called Lauren Boebert a little bitch. This is to her face. This happened. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Republican of Georgia, isn't backing down after calling Representative Lauren Boebert a little bitch to her face on the House floor Wednesday during a fight over their dueling efforts to impeach President Joe Biden. Asked whether there was any chance the two would reconcile after the confrontation, Greene said, absolutely not. Quote, she has genuinely been a nasty little bitch to me, Greene told Semaphore. Their fight was first reported by the Daily Beast. So look, I'm not going to bury the lead. We'll read more about it in a second, but here's the fight.
Take your conversations to the back, off the floor. For what purpose does the gentlewoman... Order, please. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Florida, Mrs. Luna...
I like this lady over here, like watching the fight intently.
Seek recognition.
Okay. That's all we got from the videos that are in Congress. But they go on to say here, Greene acknowledged that the feud between the two hard-right stars has been sizzling since the last Congress. She said Wednesday's explosive fight began over public comments she made earlier that day, effectively accusing Boebert of trying to hijack her own efforts to impeach the president. So for those of you who don't know, Marjorie Taylor Greene has proposed roughly like 17 different impeachment efforts against Biden. And by the way, we did a segment a while back where we went through the issues she was trying to impeach him on, and it is adorable and it is hilarious. So I think one of them was like, he's doing open borders, bro. He's doing open borders. And this was literally at the time that Biden was upholding a lot of the Trump-era policies. He was doing Title 42. He was doing Remain in Mexico. Title 42 is literally like, there is no due process. If you come in this country, we're just going to ship you right out. And they said, hey, we have a pandemic, so there's, sickness is spreading everywhere. We can't risk it, so no due process for you. Gone. Remain in Mexico is pretty self-explanatory. So he was doing a lot of the Trump policies, and they're like, open borders, Biden. Open borders. He was deporting so many people. Open borders, Biden. Another thing they tried to impeach him over was the withdrawal from Afghanistan. That's right. The thing Trump said he supported, the thing that people on the right were pretending to support when Biden actually follows through is, ooh, impeachment. But Marjorie Taylor Greene has now proposed articles of impeachment Boebert has proposed articles of impeachment and kind of stole the thunder from Marjorie Taylor Greene. And Boebert's impeachment effort has gone further than Marjorie Taylor Greene's, which is why she's like super duper jealous. Greene introduced impeachment articles against Biden as early as January 2021, and then again this May. Boebert put forward her own impeachment articles more recently, but has been trying to force an immediate vote on them by turning them into a so-called privilege resolution that can go straight to the floor. Speaking to reporters Wednesday morning, Greene said that Boebert had basically copied my articles, then tried to leapfrog her. Later in the afternoon, she says Boebert confronted her about what she'd said to the press. Quote, I was sitting down, and so I stood up and I said, I'm happy to clarify my public statements to your face, she told Semaphore. I told her exactly what I think about her. Greene said she told Boebert she was upset that the Colorado lawmaker had decided to imitate rather than support her own impeachment effort. Quote, it's purely for fundraising, she told Semaphore. It's throwing out red meat so that people will donate to her campaign because she's coming up on the end of the month and she's trying to produce good fundraising numbers. Well, Marjorie, I hate to tell you, if that's guilty of her, why would you not be guilty of the same thing? If she's trying to do it just for fundraising, then aren't you also trying to do it just for fundraising? If you're saying she copied your articles, so it's like the same, then when you do it, it's not for fundraising, but when she does it, it is for fundraising? That doesn't make much sense. You didn't really think this through very well now, did you? Now, by the way, I don't know to the extent what she's saying is true here about copying the articles, My understanding, and this could be wrong, but my understanding was you had Boebert trying to do it over this new round of Hunter Biden information where he was basically being corrupt and trying to, do pay-for-play corruption and bribery, and was texting some Chinese businessman while sitting next to Biden. He claims, I don't know if that's actually true. Hunter definitely makes a lot of stuff up. I think it's over that. But the thing is, Marjorie Taylor Greene did sort of propose an article of impeachment over literally everything Biden's ever done. If Biden farts, she's like, impeach this man. So I don't know, maybe some of it is copied, maybe it isn't. It doesn't really matter. Look, at the end of the day, my takeaway from this is very simple. If Marjorie Taylor Greene cares so deeply about impeaching Joe Biden, if somebody else proposes articles of impeachment and they happen to go further than yours do, why wouldn't you just sign on to it? Why wouldn't you become the biggest cheerleader for it? Why wouldn't you okay, sure, Lauren Boebert's name is on it, but you could be the public face of it. You could be the ones doing the rounds of interviews and saying, here's why we have to do this. But it's petty. It's all petty. It's all self-aggrandizing. It's all careerist. It's all narcissistic. Because that's who they are. That's fundamentally who they are. And so they're fighting in the silliest way imaginable. Okay, to make an analogy, it's like if somebody kept trying to propose Medicare for all on the left, and it just kept hitting a brick wall, and then somebody else finds a way using a procedural maneuver to get it to advance a little further, which, by the way, this is not going all the way, right? But just get a little further, and then the original proposer is like, how dare you? What do you mean, how dare you? You should be patting them on the back and saying, great, let's get this done. I'm happy yours went somewhere. I'll crusade forward with you. They're children, absolute children. But I now love that it's getting personal. I now love that they're calling each other a little bitch. Remember, this goes back to the whole Kevin McCarthy fight. Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted Kevin McCarthy to be speaker. Lauren Boebert was part of the caucus that was rebelling against that and working with Matt Gaetz and trying to demand concessions or just get somebody else to be speaker. And so I think it all goes back to that, and they're probably vying for Daddy Trump's affection. And so there's a lot of background stuff going on here, but hey, have at it. Have fun. Because I always say, it's nice to see that the people on the right, for a while there, everybody was starting to believe, it was conventional wisdom, that, Republicans are just generally more unified. They're more intelligent in going after the left and the Democrats. They're unified. They put on, it's a united front, and usually that's more politically effective. And the left always tears each other apart, and that's a fact. We know that. But in this instance, it's they're acting just like the left does, just tearing each other apart over petty, minor differences. So go for it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.